Since 2006, Save the Children has taken initiatives that promote and support child participation in peace building in violent conflict and post-conflict areas around the world. One way Save the Children works in different regions is by supporting young people's peace clubs and their peace building initiatives. In 2010, Save the Children continued these initiatives with a 3-year project, beginning with this series of regional workshops designed to help children and young people develop their analytical and practical peace building skills. This was achieved through training on participatory tools, action plans for dealing with local problems, peer-to-peer networks, and development of peace messages for national and international organizations expressing their right to peace and their determination to achieve it.
Because this is an informal welcoming and we're supposed to move around and have a little bit of fun before we start all the serious discussions tomorrow. So you have 5 minutes to find out as much as you can about each other.
This is Haydn. He's from West Bank, Palestine.
This is Tamara. She's from Herzegovina, from Montenegro.
She's Amelia from Sarajevo, and she plays guitars and have one brother.
Likes drawing. Everybody on one piece of paper, please draw yourself. And one more thing, your suitcase. Yeah? With what did you come here? What for peace building did you bring? Just as an example, I put here a heart, because I am here with my heart, with my passion, with my experience, and some knowledge. But each one of you, you will have brought something special.
These 2 arrows represent, like, I'm ready to work, being constructive and ready to be fast and productive.
What kind of questions do you...
Well, about other people and their lives and their countries.
Who are we?
Yes.
We will have 4 different working committees during this workshop. You can look at your agenda. We will have record committee, media and evaluation committee. We want to give you opportunity that you give your inputs, what you think all those committees need to do.
Meeting new people, learn new things about building peace, having fun, making friends. To learn different tools and methods regarding children participation, to see others' experience, to have fun and to work in a relaxing way, to develop new ideas of project and cooperation.
Listen careful and don't interrupt. Active participant. Be respect each other. Speak in English when possible. Enjoy here.
I'm going to tell about the background for this regional workshop and also for the aims of it.
What happened?
when we started this work was that we were listening to children. They were asked, what is the most important thing for you during armed conflict? And they said different things. Among them, education, peace, and participation. We as adults are not able to solve all conflicts without using violence. And we leave a huge task to the next generation. So this is a support for the next generation to take over that.
Children should participate in peace-building processes mainly because of the fact that they concern themselves, because in their own communities when conflicts are happening, children have to be also the ones who act besides the adults, because they're the ones who the conflict affects, and sometimes it affects them the most because they're in the developing of that a conflict, a trauma happens that could manifest itself in their future.
Well, let's start. I will speak in my local language. Ovako, inicijativa Mladi za ljudska prava je regionalna nevladna organizacija koja je formirana 2003. godine u Beogradu. Dugoročni cilj inicijative su pospješivanje učešća mladih u demokratizaciji društva, dalje jačanje vladavine prava kroz proces suočavanja s prošlošću, te uspostavljanje novih progresivnih veza u postkonfliktnom regionu bivše Jugoslavije.
Is this an issue that, or other issues that need resistance in any of the societies where you're working? And if so, what are you doing in that case?
Well, for sure there is people who would like to forget everything and start over, but we think that just cannot be like that, because there was too many victims who have to be, we have to remember them. So we are trying to just telling truth, talking to young people, explaining them why it's that so, and till now in Sarajevo we didn't have such problems, but in Belgrade I think they had. But I think they make solutions very quick and very good. And that's
if we can call them peace-building activities, there are conflict resolution activities, because it may be the conflict within the school, the conflict which is generated because of the discrimination that we encounter in our schools. And when I talk about discrimination, I talk about Roma groups and Egyptian groups. Okay. However, we are building our capacities of the children governments right now, so that these children be able to face with the discrimination inside the school, and also for the other children be able to engage together with them in activities and not be left apart.
We are here on behalf of the Children's Coalition from Serbia, and we wanted to present and talk about the two reports that we have made and presented in front of the Committee for the Rights of the Child in Geneva. So as you can see, these are some of the issues that we found out as most important. The issue of safety, because many children, according to the reports, felt that they were unsafe in school or in their peer groups. The issue of health and information related to health. The issue of value system, as in values like tolerance, getting to know other cultures, not exhibiting violence and such. In general, allow us to get maybe a clear picture of how our peers think, how they feel, and what they know about their rights and the society they live in.
My name is Ina. I'm the national coordinator of the volunteers from Save the Children Romania. And with Laura, which is my volunteer, we present some of our activities. For example, different recreational, social and educational activities for refugees, Roma children, for children in different schools from all over the country. The children Children's Carnival organized by our volunteers with Children for Children.
Misija Centra za prava djeteta Crne Gore je unapređenje kvaliteta života djece i mladih na teritoriji Crne Gore kroz promociju i programe zaštite dječjih prava. Svoje aktivnosti Centar za prava djeteta Crne Gore sprovodi poštujući 4 osnovna principa: pravo na život, opstanak i razvoj, nediskriminacija, participacija i najbolji interesi djeteta.
بدي أحكي عن المجتمع الفلسطيني وكيف المشاركة في وضع المشاركة. المجتمع الفلسطيني هو مجتمع مختلف كليا عن باقي المجتمعات، كمان له قضية خاصة غير قضايا باقي المجتمعات بسبب ظروف الاحتلال والمعاناة التي يعيشها من قبل الشعب الفلسطيني ومن قبل الإسرائيليين.
We have a participation project funded by Save the Children Norway. We produce media stuff that help children voice their problems and maybe reach to decision makers.
The children will participate in their communities, families, and the school to be a good producers and decision makers. So they can use good things to their communities. For example, we clean the roads and the walls, and we plant trees behind the roads. And we build a small field for football. We made this in our community.
We will separate it in 4 groups. Please write your name in post-it and put your name on the table in which group you want to be participate.
And you basically draw all the you draw a map of the place, and you symbolize the places where you feel safe. It's really yes from the movie. In green, and the places where you don't feel safe with the red color. The blue is obviously river.
Okay. Opposite.
We can say discrimination, hatred. This is love and appreciation. No, for like knowledge,
Communication. Leadership method.
belong both the arm and the lips because you can communicate in many ways. Corruption here.
Corruption.
Yeah.
As far as I learned, the body map is when you have the body, all the organs of the body, and it's split into 2 parts. One resembles the good things that the person acquainted from the conflict, and the other part is the negative or bad side as the consequences of the conflict. So we'll start from the positive side. In the positive side, we have the determination. The eyes do have the vision. The ears have the solidarity. The mouth would have love and appreciation. The heart, we're talking about trust, courage, strength, faith. In the bad side, again from upwards, we're talking about fears, depression. We have discrimination, violence. In the mouth we have the violence, the verbal violence.
Prvo što je trebalo da uradimo jeste da zajednički uzmemo jedan problem koji nas sprečava u izgradnji mira. Mi smo se odlučili da to bude postratni konflikti u lokalnim zajednicama. Zatim smo uočili uzroke problema, to jest razgovarali smo o njima. Prvi jeste diskriminacija između ljudi. Zatim socijalna nejednakost, politika i nedostatak informacija.
So you can see this is a hot air balloon, and we have parts of it like sun, cloud, balloon, basket, weights, and I will explain you what they are representing. For example, these weights are slowing us down in the peace building action. The basket represents which people should be involved in peace building action.
Well, I think that it's very important, and I think that the children should participate in every human's right and children's right, because they're going to continue this life in this world, and they're going to build it. And these workshops, I think that they're really great, that they can really make a difference.
We have a word, peace, in our language. It means pace. And we have make children's, and in different countries of the world, and they should be equals. We can make friendship and from different nationalities.
So we use the sustainable development principle on the peace issue. So you can see a circle with three main issues: environment, economy, and social values, society values. And there are some ideas how we see the world should be. Like you can see people living in harmony with nature.
Our vision for peace is to have the whole West Bank for Palestinians, no settlements, no the apartheid wall. We want to take it off. We are against the factional division between the political parties, the two main political parties. So in this drawing, we draw the ladders between the West Bank and Gaza to decide that we're against the division. And we drew children where they enjoy the right to education, they have the access to good schools, good quality education.
So some of the things, I'm going to give you a roll of tape. Now remember the rules. You cannot walk inside the square, and you have to be able to lift that out of the center. Okay? I'm going to count 3, and whoever finishes first can be very proud of themselves for being the most creative and productive in resolving a conflict. Okay? So ready? 1, 2, 3, go. It's okay? Come on. I just need another one. Come on. No.
Oh yeah. Hey, but with 2 types. We need 2 types. One kind of.
Thank you. This is one exercise of many to try to develop your creativity around looking at conflict issues. So by the end of the week, you'll have some extra ideas that you can use that you've maybe not tried yet, that we've kind of collected from different countries around the world. Okay? We're now going to talk about your engagement in peace building. How do you see your engagement? How do you engage in your community? How do you engage in your district? How do you engage in your country, regionally, internationally?
Da, ne, možemo mi svoje nivoje napraviti. We can set up our own levels. So first it starts with us, then our family, our school, local community, NGO, country, region, i tako dalje. Znači, jeste...
I think it will be small because we have to write there.
Children need your support.
Peace for me, when I say this word, I think my mind is going to harmony and everything is better around me, everybody is listening to me, there are no conflicts, everything is going well.
First of all, I'm really glad to meet you all here, and I want to ask you some things first. Would you like to stay in contact with all those guys you met here? What, in your opinion, is the best way to do that?
I think we all collected already the emails, so that's already one level of connection. And I think a lot of us have Facebook, so maybe to make a Facebook group and communicate through that as well, or a Google group as well just to include all the email addresses into the Google group.
What about people who don't have internet?
Well, somebody from their organization has the portrays, so they can let them know.
Okay. Our idea is making the global network actually something like a web page where we can tell about things we're doing all over the world, the Save the Children organization, and make some kind of forum where everybody can write his comments, things he would like to share with others.
Well, one thing is to propose some messages for the United Nations as well as for the regional leaders and leaders in our countries. So, our messages should deal with things we were talking about these days, which is child participation and what else?
Peace building.
Peace building. Yes.
We have 4 messages. Children participation is one of the most important elements in solving conflicts in national level. Involving children in peace building means working in the future for the future. We should work with children, for children, so that the shadow of the past do not hinder our future. And the last, including children in peace building, means including the future desire makers in building system peace.
So for participation, children's participation, I have 2 messages. We are not just children, we are much more than you can imagine. Listen and learn from us. And the other one is give us the opportunity to express ourselves. We have the strength and the desire to change the world into a better place. And for peace, are you feeling good when it's peace? Aren't you? Then keep it.
For children's participation, politicians instead of driving fancy cars, you can organize workshops for children. And for peace building, we should forbid giving the children to play violent games, because in that way they are becoming violent themselves.
For peace building, it's through our children's eyes, the better world will come, the doves of peace will fly, and nothing bad will happen. And for children's participation, it's we can participate with friendships, hope for better future, and love with all flaws and virtues which make us humans and alive.
Wars and hostility, what is it for? Give peace a chance.
Step by step, you and me, we can make a difference.
Help us to share our experience and build peace.
When you talk about peace, you mention harmony, absence of war, no violence, no conflict and such. But then again, we have to look at things realistically, because we live in a changing world. So it's important to make actual plans and strategies for the future, because of course it's important to know some basic principles and ideals of peace. But you have to think about how to implement this in the real world.
So action plan is for 2 years. So in school we'll try to organize a students' council
and or pupils council, so it's the same. Then we use violence. Education about violence, it's for students and teachers together.
Our problem was peer violence in Srebrenica. Everybody, I think, thought that it will be something because of the war, like Serbians and Muslims fighting, but it's not. It's the peer violence between our target group is children from 8 to 16 years. Our location are 4 primary schools in Srebrenica, Konjević Polje, Kravica and Skelan.
We will try to educate people against prejudice and to respect other religions and traditions, because there is a problem in our town, because the most of us are the same religion, but so then when there's someone different, they make fun of him or her, and they treat him with a lot of disrespect. So that's a real problem, and we'll try to fix that.
Peace building is something that we can do in every little action. A smile that we give to someone, a small gift, a cup of water. We have to appreciate everything that we have, because some people don't, and through this also peace can be promoted.
We hope that the action planning done per country, as you have done, on how to reach our common vision of peace, can guide us all in fulfilling these visions in the period ahead. Save the Children Norway in its work in the region remains committed to supporting children and young people to actively participate in whatever we are doing, and particularly through partners.
What we are always struggling with in the head office when we are making plans and strategies is how can we make a change? How can we move towards our vision, a world where children's rights are fulfilled? This vision cannot be reached without peace and not without good governance. And that is why this project is so important, because it shows us how it is possible to really engage and support children to participate in such an important and difficult area as peace building and conflict resolution. Please continue. Thank you.
It was a real pleasure for me to be here. You are all a great persons, and thank you for everything you've taught me. It was a very nice experience. I learned a lot of new things, and I hope to meet soon again.
The Looking Forward Building Peace project continues with further workshops that focus on developing and ensuring quality, sustainability, and the active participation of children and young people in local, national and international settings that recognize their rights and respond to their longings for peace.